Hello students, welcome again in this chapter Combustion Class 8 Part 2. In today's video, we will understand various fire control measures that can be adopted in case of any accidental fire. There are two methods by which we can extinguish any fire, either by cutting off the supply of air or oxygen around that, or by lowering the temperature of the combustible substance below its ignition temperature. For example, if the clothes of a person catch fire, the person should be immediately wrapped in a thick blanket. Or another we can do, we can put either the sand or the dry mud or the soil from the garden, which can also cut the supply of air, as it will form a blanket over that burning substance, and that is why it will cut the supply of air from that. The another thing what we can do is by lowering the temperature of the combustible substance below its ignition temperature. Like we have seen that many a times whenever we blow air from our mouth on any burning substance, the fire extinguishes, because whenever we blow air over any substance, over any fire or any flame, then in that case the blowing air or the wind, it will lower the temperature of the combustible substance below its ignition temperature, and that's why the fire stops. By pouring water also, we can we can extinguish the fire of any burning material, because that water has a cooling effect. It will lower the temperature below its ignition temperature, and that's why the fire will extinguish it. But we have to take precaution over here, or as a caution, we should not use water to extinguish the electric fire. That means the fire which is caused by electric short circuits, we cannot extinguish it by pouring water, because it can be dangerous, as we know that the water which we are using is a tap water, which is a good conductor of electricity, so that electric current can flow through the water, and it can give severe electric shock to the person, and it may prove fatal to that person. So we should always keep in mind that we should not pour water on the electric fires. Instead, we should switch off the MCBs, the main power supply button, and we should call the fire brigade. Other thing which we can do is we can put the dry sand over the fire, so that it can extinguish. Now let us see, we have one more method which can be adopted to extinguish fire. That is, we can use the soda acid type fire extinguisher. Let's understand with the help of a small activity. Using this vinegar, the soda acid type fire extinguisher, it has two containers. In one of the container, it contains the acid. We are using vinegar, which is acetic acid. But in the soda acid type fire extinguisher, the acid used is the sulfuric acid. In another container, they put the soda. That means sodium bicarbonate. So here I have put this candle to flame, and now I will be using the soda, that is the baking soda, and let's observe, and then we will understand the science behind this fire extinguisher. So this soda and the acid which we have put, they will react, and let's see what will happen. See, the fire has extinguished. The fire extinguishes in this because of the reaction between the soda and the acid. The soda and the acid, they react with each other to liberate a gas which is carbon dioxide, which is a non-supporter of combustion. Actually, it is a fire extinguisher gas. Now, why it is a fire extinguisher gas? Why it is not supporting the fire? Because this carbon dioxide, let me explain it with the help of this activity. This carbon dioxide, it is a heavy gas, right? So it does not flow upwards. So it forms a blanket over the fire, and therefore cuts the supply of oxygen. See, I will be putting more of it so that it reacts again, and we will observe that we can pour this carbon dioxide and see the candle is flickering and it has extinguished. So this shows that carbon dioxide, since it is a heavy gas, it will settle down on the flame, and when it will settle down on the flame, when you have poured it from the glass, on settling down it forms a blanket kind of thing over the flame, and therefore it will cut the supply of oxygen to the flame, and when there is no supporter of combustion present over here, that means there is absence of oxygen, the candle will extinguish.